Okay, welcome to an incredible Skarner game to follow up from an embarrassing Yorick game. I do actually really like Skarner, and to be honest, I really like jungle. Whilst I love playing Fresh as a top laner and Castin as a mid or top laner, my main role is the jungle, and it's a role I'm definitely best at. If I could play Fresh jungle more often, then I would, but it's not exactly viable. So, at the start of the game, if you ever have a Skarner, please do take those things. If you have only one person on those points, you'll gain 15 gold. If you have at least two people on those points, it will divide 30 gold between you all, as in whoever's on the points. So having two people on there is really good. If you have all 5 people on there, then you get like 2 gold. Okay, that's not how maths works. It's 3 gold. But, no. Maths, or whatever. 6 gold, yes. Anyway, so, I take red Zen Raptors and straight to blue buff. I wanted to do an early gank on the enemy Trinder, but unfortunately, when he loses Skull, it doesn't quite work out to slow that down. But he loses Skull, gets to low health, so it's very hard for me to kind of go in now without him dying. So I go back to do my Grump. Now whenever I do Grump as Skarner, I will pull it back to the zone so I get the attack speed. So pull it back by running up to it with Q and W up for the move speed, and then walk back here, then cast your E. If you cast your E when it's here, you'll slow it and you'll be waiting a long time for it to come down. So, how do I play Skarner? Wait, if you don't know how I play Skarner, then please look at This Is How I Play Skarner, a funny meme video. Which unfortunately isn't doing as well as the other meme videos, which I'm really sad for. Oh well. So yeah, how I play him is, really, whenever I gank, I kind of regret it, because all I really do is farm until I get a really nice build and become a kind of like hyper carry-ish guy. Now there's a low health Talia that I can't pass up, so I come up behind her. She misses her skill and has to flash my E, which honestly, that looks like it might have missed if she didn't flash anyway. But we got our goal, so I take that. And then Talia is gankable again. She just flashed, so whenever someone just flashes, come back because you can get something there. I managed to get my smite off, and that's enough for me to come up. I stun her, which gets her into Aurelian's stun as well. I love this Aurelian, by the way. Normally I get incredibly disappointed whenever I see an Aurelian, but this guy did pretty well. Now, bot lane I thought could be gankable. The AD carry's not even there, so I just wait for my red buff, take that first, and then we farm the rest of it. As I said, Skarner is farm. He's like a Master Yi, only you have a more useful ultimate. Only joking, I love Master Yi's ultimate. But, yeah. This game, we take Trinity Force, and normally I take Iceborne Gauntlet so I can slow people down. Trinity Force has everything Skarner wants in one item, which is really cool. By the way, we get extra move speed, and then we get the stun down. Now we don't proc the stun until after ultimate, so she gets a bit more downtime after the thing. So, you know, we want that so she's stunned outside of tower range, so we kind of don't die. So I take Trinity Force because Trinity Force has everything Skarner could possibly want in an item. Because I get ahead, and in one recall I have enough gold to just straight up buy Trinity Force, so I decided to do it. That's a really cool thing to do. The issue with doing that, though, is you aren't buying Iceborne Gauntlet, which has a lot of armor, and therefore you're much squishier than you usually would be. And that means I have to play a lot more careful this game, as opposed to just going 100% ham all the time. It's also really expensive, so you kind of don't have the money for more defense at that point. With her flash still down, we're able to get her down to 1 health. Aurelian tries to go in to finish it, but our greed gets the best of us and we'll die here. Aurelian's able to get away because Sejuani's not quite capable of bringing him down herself. Talia uses heal, so it comes in for the help, whereas these guys are able to solo kill, well, duo kill the Jhin, who's just a sad little boy at this point. So yeah, one embarrassing kill later, death. What do you think we do? We think, wow, ganking is a bad idea, let's go back to farming. Which is the correct conclusion to reach on Skarner, because it's all you should do. Now top lane, Trinity is there. and there's a lot of juicy farm that I want to take. Cled's thinking of ulting, so I immediately go for him. Land the slow. Not able to land the stun, but him dashing away like that was a mistake because then it's really easy for me to do that. I activate Ghost, I pop my thing. Unfortunately, he does his second E. I don't flick over my ultimate, which I normally do, and I'll show that when I do it later, which I will. I just wait for the ult to come down and give him one last Q to kick him in the face. Unfortunately, I take a bit too much tower damage here, and therefore Sejuani is able to finish me off. Kled does what he can. I'm not sure if he's able to actually finish her off. Should be able to. And again, her CC is just incredible. But that's one quick bookshot to the face, and if not, Aurelion would finish the job. So, I remember that. It was very low HP and I thought he'd die to minions. But he doesn't. Good guy Aurelion actually capping the points before slowly taking a crab. I know, he just wants a bite to eat. Back to me. What do you think we're going to do? That's right, more farming. By the way, our items. Let's look at the item. Well, first of all, let's kill Talia, right? She's going to get away using the plant. That's fine. We don't want to kill her. We just want to farm. I've got Runic Echoes. Now, why do I build Runic Echoes on Skarner? Why didn't I build something sensible like Cinderhulk or Warrior? It gets you after the break of this little knock gank here. Aurelion goes in, tries to land a Q on nothing. Get some damage on Jhin, but I think that is an ult. Flick. Flick the boy. We come up, we see the opportunity, we see Jhin isn't dashing away. Jhin doesn't have dashes, so what do? We ult him. And now, if you just keep pushing him this way, yes, you're pulling him all the same, but then that gives him more distance when he starts running away, right? So what we do is, towards the end of the ultimate, you don't have to count, you'll just get a sense for it after you play Skarner for a bit. We flick up, because when you switch positions with them, it'll continue pulling them in that direction, and then with good timing, you'll still pull them the same distance, but now you are in between them and their escapes routes. And that is just a really, that makes a huge difference, honestly, in the quality of your Skarner ults. Because, seeing as you're immobile, it's just, I don't need to explain it, it's really good. It gives you more time to apply more red buffs, apply more stuns, anticipate where they're going, stay close, etc. With Skarner and the zone, with a decent item like Runic Echoes, that is easy enough to take a quick, easy Infernal Dragon. I don't even have a Smite, we don't need it. Talia gets a bit too close for comfort. Now, mind you, I don't have, I didn't have a ult there, but she didn't have a flash, so we didn't need it. Anyway, with that down, we can push the turret because Talia is dead until Sejuani comes to kill it. Talia is pinging for that assistance. Please, please save my tower, of which I totally deserve to lose because of that. Sejuani doesn't come to defend it, she ganks top instead. So I imagine Talia is really mad. Blue buff is up, so I want to first of all take my thing. I thought they'd sold my blue buff because they took the point. Anyway, where was I? About Runic Echoes. Runic Echoes is a good item because it gives 7% move speed. Never mind, there's another gank. Trinity does a thing, and I try to get him. I smite a little too late. I miss my E, but that little clap with the sheen is enough to take him. Now, back to what I'm trying to say. Runic Echoes. It's really good for wave clear, clearing the jungle, maintaining mana, of which isn't a problem because you have your spires, obviously. But the move speed is the real reason. It's not a bad item because your Q is really spammy, therefore you'll get the procs off often. And I build Nashes too, so it's not like we're not using the AP ratio. The move speed though, the move speed is such... Move speed on Skarner is really good. Like, really, really good. So whenever I do build AP Skarner, I build AP Skarner much more often than I build AD Skarner. But when I do build AD Skarner, I'll take Blood Razor instead because I think attack speed is really good on Skarner because every auto attack you land will reduce the cooldown of your Q slightly, and that, I believe that is doubled or tripled against enemy champions. So a top gank didn't work because there was a bit of, I guess, miscommunication, and therefore we weren't particularly coordinated, and therefore Trinity can get away. I wanted to do it, by the way, because Trin's ult was down, so I guess we got too eager there. I wait for anyone to come. Sejuani does come, but the two of us can take her on, maybe? I don't know, but I want the red buff. So I just go for it. I E her away, smite it, take that, take the raptors on the way out. Sejuani's ult misses and isn't enough to stun Aurelion, who can just fly away. So yeah, Runic Echoes is really good. It's really good because it will lower your Q. The more Qs you get off, the more damage, I guess. Well, yeah, you Q more often, more damage. And yeah, I think a little bit of attack speed is key to getting Skarner really good. That's the reason Trinity Force is so good, because it gives you attack speed, gives you CDR, gives you a phage proc. Really good. So here we go. I was fed enough to get a Trinity Force straight up, not an Iceborne Gauntlet. When you have Iceborne Gauntlet, it's like the old unreworked Skarner where your Q is like a permaslow. It's a bit like that, which is really cool. Plus you got enough move speed in your other items. But here we just go absolutely crazy. Stun. Get those Trinity procs off. Phage, keep up with them. Massive amounts of move speed. Flick them over to their death to a fresh. And then, what do you know? We win that. Okay, in fairness, that was like a 4v2. I don't think it's fair to say, ooh, we wrecked them. In any case, that's 2 people dead, including the jungler. That's a free dragon for us. That's a key moment to get dragons, by the way, in case you're not aware. It's when the enemy jungler is dead, or just, well, the enemy can't. Enough of the enemies are dead that you'd outnumber them if they tried to fight you. There's a Jhin there, with a quick Talisman of Ascension. Easy enough to kill Jhin with no real way of escape. So yeah, Phage is super good. Runic Echoes is super good. So it's like we're hybrid Skarner at this point, and then we're going to build some tankiness because we kind of need it. Or will we just buy... I think I'd just go ahead and buy Nash's Tooth, because who needs tankiness when you're this ahead? But the key here is to just try not to die and play sensibly in a way that you are using your advantage and abusing your advantage over the enemy team, but not losing your advantage by doing something really cocky. So easy kills there. And we just do a lot of damage. Trinity Force will also help us push this tower. Just use a Q whenever you need to. So Sejuani goes for the stun. They go for the shutdown on me, but it's not enough. Lucky me. I would have died there if she did a proper Talia W and put me over those cold, hard rocks. I.e. nothing. Mastery emote, of course. And then there's a top lane I can farm. Bot lane I can farm, I mean. And yeah, just fully recall and get my Stinger for some more CDR. We are now at 40% seed, cooldown reduction. That is awesome. Because that means we can Q like every like half second when we're auto attacking, because we get the attack speed to back it up as well. Meaning we Runic Echoes more often, meaning damage. Now it is superior to go AD because auto attacks matter. But Skarner really likes to keep up with his enemies. And it's harder to consistently auto-attack when you're not keeping up with them. So Runic Echoes helps with that. Movement speed, obviously, is really good with stacking Qs on the enemy and also ulting. There's a team fight here, we're able to pick off Jhin. Sejuani is there, but Soraka is my real priority because she's got high mana and therefore can make killing Sejuani harder. Now look at that, I don't even need the slow, I can just pick them off just like that. But why do I take Iceborne Gauntlet if Trinity Force is this good? Because not all games go this well. That is the simple reason. Yes, it is superior in DPS. Yes, AD is superior in DPS. But this feels... Runic Echoes with like Iceborne Gauntlet and that kind of defensive build still gives you plenty of damage and increases your utility and tankiness, which means that you are more likely to survive more situations and go more ham. If you build Trinity Force straight up, then for the moment when you don't have tankiness, unless you go straight Cinderhawk, in which case you lose damage, you lose a lot of mid-game presence because it's harder for you to kind of participate. You'll maybe ult and then deal a bit of damage, but you're not able to deal lots of damage because you've got to like back up. That is in big team fights. In skirmishes, obviously you'll win, unless it's Master Yi or Aatrox. In this case, I'm really ahead. I'm 11-2, and I'm making really decisive picks, and by decisive picks I mean I find someone and I kill them. Another thing about building AP is that your W has a nice AP ratio. Whilst the AD ratios on your abilities are definitely superior, you have that nice AP ratio on your W. Now otherwise, I believe the health scaling on your W will scale with level, meaning you can have it as a 1-point window if you buy AP. Even though I level it second, because why not? I know there's a lot of people that would max E first, but I like maxing Q because that is, when I built Runic Echoes, it's just so good. I love it. It also helps you clear more. And I play much more a farm Skarner than a gank Skarner. So see there, if I was more defensive, maybe I could go in on the Jhin, but I can't, so I just have to get myself out of there. Essentially, AP is your way of building damage and defense at the same time, kind of like Rumble, kind of like Riven, because the shield's so good. Health ratio works, but when you're building tanky, you're not building offense, and therefore it's like, what are you shielding? You're putting a shield on a tank. You're putting a shield on a shield. What's the point? If that makes sense, that's my kind of thought process for this. Yes, I know Skarner can be an alt bot, but we're here for guts and glory. We're not here for shields and yields, I guess. Anyway, this is about when we close out the game. I've just kind of been idly commenting because it's all, you can see it all there. Just lots of damage, lots of kills, lots of carrying. How much are we carrying? Well, Xayah is ahead. Our Thresh is doing well. Our top is ahead. Our Aurelion is ahead in KDA. Just didn't happen to get any killed. And I think he played well because I personally didn't start. But yeah, that's a one game by Skarner with Trinity Force. Well, a very damage-focused Skarner who only died twice. I think that's impressive considering you don't have a dash to get out of places when you really need to. So, a fun game, a happy game. I recommend playing more cautiously or building more defensively if you're playing Skarner for the first few times. But when you get a real sense of how to Skarner, then this is a fun way to do it when you get the advantage anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Let me know any more suggestions you want to see. I'll be making more Yorick videos because I want to get better at him again. I want to relearn Yorick. If you like Skarner gameplay, then I love Skarner gameplay. I can show you a more authentic AP Skarner without the Trinity Force another time. If you haven't watched the Skarner meme video, this is how I play Skarner, please watch that. Because those videos I actually put effort into. So, not that I don't put effort into these commentaries, I just had a coffee, that's all I would be able to do this. And I'll see you guys next time.